If you're thinking about moving right here to Conroe, Texas, you're gonna wanna watch this video. Today's video is the ultimate guide to make sure that you get the most out of a trip here to Conroe, Texas. If you're thinking about moving here, maybe you've been here before, maybe you haven't, there's a lot of great resources online. We do a ton of videos on the Conroe area, but there's nothing better than coming for yourself, planning a trip, and seeing everything that Conroe, Texas has to offer. I'm actually a 5th generation resident of Conroe, so I promise you I'm gonna be your best tour guide if you are thinking about moving here. I run Ferris Realty. We have a great program helping people just like you relocate here to the Houston area, but specifically right here in Conroe, Texas, where we're headquartered. And so in today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into all of the places you need to explore if you're thinking about moving here. We get this call way too often from new clients saying, hey, we wanna move to Conroe. We were just there on a trip. But the more we talk to them, come to find out, they really missed out on a lot that Conroe has to offer. And so our job and our goal is to make sure ultimately that you see if Conroe is the right place for you and your family. And so that's exactly what we're gonna do. You can use this video as a guide, a literal guide with Google Pins to plan out your entire trip when coming to visit. It doesn't matter if you're gonna be here for just one day or a week or a month, whatever it is, we're here for you, and that's what this video is for. So if that interests you at all, stick around and let's get after it right now. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do if you are thinking about planning a trip to Conroe is figuring out when you wanna come. You need to put some dates on the calendar, you need to book your flights, and so that leads me to starting with how far is Conroe from the closest airport. So if you see Conroe right here on the map, it's directly north of Houston, Texas, about 45 minutes north of downtown, and it's about 30 minutes from the closest international airport. That airport is gonna be Bush IAH. Let me throw this up on the map for you, and you'll be able to see that during the day with normal traffic, you're looking at about 35 minutes. And so this is gonna be the closest airport. This is gonna have a lot of your major airlines flying in and out. So you'll most likely wanna fly into Bush. Now, that being said, if you fly Southwest, their hub is gonna be out of Hobby. They do have a couple flights out of Bush, but for the most part, most of their stuff's gonna be out of Hobby Airport. So if you're looking to move to Houston, you're gonna wanna know this information anyways. So you're looking at about an hour's drive from Hobby if there's no traffic. Now, be careful if you're flying in and out of Houston around 4 or 5 o'clock. That's when you're gonna run into the majority of your traffic. So as we zoom in, let's just go back to looking at Conroe on the map. So Conroe's everything that's outlined here in red. The next step for planning your trip is gonna be booking hotels. And you've got a couple different options. Ultimately, you really can't go wrong. If you type in hotels here in Conroe, I think the first thing you'll notice is most of the hotels are gonna be located right here along the freeway. And so anywhere you stay here, whether you stay in Conroe or the Woodlands or out near the lake, doesn't really matter. You're gonna be able to be close enough to really get the experience in Conroe as long as you follow our guide. So I will say, if you want to have an experiential stay when you're here and really make the most of it, you really have two options. One of the options is to head on down into the Woodlands, and you can stay in the Woodlands. Even if you're looking to move to Conroe, I think it's important for you to get to see the Woodlands for what it is, because people like myself that live in Conroe, we still use all of the awesome amenities that the Woodlands has to offer. We go shopping at Market Street, or we go to dinner over there. We go to Hughes Landing and check out Restaurant Row. We're gonna go to concerts over at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, which is a really cool outdoor amphitheater. They've got the Waterway, which is where they're gonna host the Ironman, and they've got a lot of really cool bars and nightlife over there. And so there are a couple cool places to stay right here in the Woodlands. I would recommend, if you want that experience, stay at the Woodlands, Westin on the Waterway, stay at the Marriott on the Waterway, stay at Embassy Suites over at Hughes Landing, or stay at Hyatt Centric right there at Market Street. Now, if you're really wanting the Conroe experience, which is what this video is all about, then what you might want to do is change it up and take the family over to Margaritaville. Margaritaville is actually gonna be a little bit closer out to Montgomery, but it's on Lake Conroe. It's gonna have close proximity into Conroe, downtown Conroe, but it's a really fun place that's more of a destination stay if you're looking to bring the family here. They've got a water park, they've got these cute little bungalows you can rent, tiny homes, they've got the Land Shark Bar and Grill, and it's right on the lake. They've got tons of boat docks. You can even rent a boat while you're here. So if you want to make a dual purpose trip and not just explore the area, but really turn it into a little bit of a mini vacation, I would recommend staying out in Margaritaville. Now, if you're coming into town, as soon as you get settled in here, let's talk about the high points. What are the places that you're going to want to check out? So Conroe's this area here. Conroe's had a loop around it for a while, and a lot of the development currently is happening right here along this loop, and then it's also happening out this direction towards Lake Conroe as it connects over to Montgomery. And so one of the first places that I recommend anybody check out is gonna be downtown Conroe. Now, downtown Conroe, unless you work there, it's not a place you're gonna go to every single day if you live in Conroe, but it is a fun place to go grab a bite to eat, maybe on the weekends. They've got crawfish boils, they'll have festivals in downtown, and they even have fun events throughout the week with live music, sip-in shops. And so if you click on downtown, I think the cool part about downtown Conroe is it's being completely revitalized right now. It really is your small town Texas feel. They've got your barber shops, they're gonna have antique stores down there. And in the past couple of years, they've actually gotten a lot of really cool bars and restaurants. So if you want some restaurant recommendations, I would check out Red Brick Tavern. That's gonna be a really cool option for you. As you can see, it's got a really cozy, homey feel to it. They're gonna have gospel brunches there on Sundays, live music, and it would be a good place to grab a bite to eat. Another cool place that's opened up recently that you're gonna wanna check out while you're here is gonna be Moco Food Hall. We actually had another video where we sat down with Jody, the mayor of Conroe, and talked about everything that Conroe has going on right now. But we met right here in Moco Food Hall. It's essentially a food truck park without the food trucks. You've got a bunch of different food vendors in here. So if you can't agree on what to eat, it's a great place to take the family because everybody can kind of get what they're wanting. They're also gonna have a coffee shop, bar here, as well as a really cool speakeasy. Yeah, you heard me right, an actual speakeasy. It's pretty cool. I never thought we would get something this cool right here in Conroe, but it's here. It's called The Vault, and so that's a cool place to check out as well. So Conroe is starting to get some nightlife here in the downtown area. You're also going to have a Pacific Yard House, which is a great restaurant to eat as well. It's a really cool place. It's the larger of the restaurants that I've named so far. They're gonna have live music. They've got an outdoor area, an indoor area, a stage. It's really like a sports bar, and it's got a great menu. The food here is actually phenomenal. I'm impressed every single time I go, and it's really gonna give you the essence of Conroe when you come to visit. Conroe is gonna be a more laid-back Houston suburb. No matter where you go and eat or hang out, everything is just a little bit slower pace of life. It's what I like about Conroe. It's not uptight, it's really enjoyable, and it's all family oriented. You're also gonna have the table at Maidley, which is a really cool food truck park that's gonna have a little turf area for the kids to play. They've got a stage here as well. And so they're gonna be rotating different food vendors. And what you'll continue to see here in the downtown Conroe area is you're gonna see a lot of growth. They've got 3 major commercial development projects going on right now. So once you start walking around Conroe, downtown Conroe, I think you'll start to get a feel for what downtown Conroe currently is and what it's becoming. And so I don't think there's much more to say about downtown Conroe. Check out the shops, walk around, explore. But I think between those restaurants, you'll get a good feel for what downtown Conroe really is and what it has to offer. Now, if you're looking for other fun things to do here in Conroe, you're actually gonna have a lot of breweries here in Conroe. We cover those in our Conroe vlog, but you're gonna have 4 major breweries here. The 2 larger ones are gonna be Southern Star Brewing, which they actually have nationwide distribution. You've probably seen their Bombshell Blonde somewhere in the stores. It's a really cool venue. They've got an indoor tasting room, and then they've got outdoor space to hang out as well. They've got crawfish during crawfish season here. And my sister actually got married here, so it's a cool venue to hang out. And then as far as other breweries go, head out towards the lake. You're gonna have B52 Brewing, which we feature in our Conroe vlog. This, to me, I really like the vibe here. It's a cool outdoor space to hang out, indoor, outdoor. You've got the brewery, you can see the brewery, see where all they're brewing the beer, but then they're gonna have live music, and once again, just a really cool place to hang out. You've got Copperhead Brewery here in downtown, which is gonna be smaller, and then you're gonna have Fast Brewing, which is right in downtown, and it is a really cool brewery as well. It's got a really cool style to it. Now, the next thing you're probably gonna wanna do when you're here to explore Conroe, you're probably going to be inclined to go and actually look at homes. But let me recommend something for you. If you're just here on a preliminary trip and you're trying to get to know the area, don't get distracted. See, what we find too often is clients want to see inside of homes, but they're not actually looking to purchase for 6 months out. And so what we highly recommend is obviously let us know about your trip. And the first thing that we're going to want to do when you get here to town is we're actually going to want to meet you up at the office. We're going to have you paired with one of our team members here, and we do this every single day. And so what we're going to do, we're going to meet up right at Ferris Realty right here in Conroe. And from here, we're going to give you a game plan that's specifically tailored to you and your budget to set you free to go and explore. And so we're going to have all these Google pins down in the description below, and that's really going to set you up for success. You can go and see what we've already showed you. You can see what we're about to show you. But really what you should do is we'll get you set up on a home search, and you'll have a list of addresses that correspond with your budget. And then from there, the ones that you like, what you should do is you should spend time in the car actually driving those neighborhoods, because if you're not buying now, there's no point spending your time in a house that you're not going to buy. What you should do is you should spend time in the neighborhood that has the homes that you might buy, because here in 6 months or a year or whenever it is that you're planning to move, you'll have a better feel for that neighborhood, so that the second one of them pops up, you can just give us a call and say, hey, what's the scoop on this one right here? So as I mentioned, we'll meet up at the office here, and then from there, you'll get to go explore. You can explore downtown, explore the breweries, and then you can explore the neighborhoods. Now, you're also probably gonna wanna check out Lake Conroe while you're here. It is one of the selling points of living in the Conroe area is having access to the lake. The lake's massive. It's over 20,000 acres. It's gorgeous. It's a great recreational lake. You can fish on it. You can boat on it. You can rent boats on it. And then there's also a bunch of really cool restaurants along the lake. And so if you want to go check out the lake, I would plug this location in. I would go over and eat somewhere in this shopping center. I would go check out Fajita Jack's, which is going to be a Mexican food restaurant. Well, it's great margaritas right there on the water. They're going to have the fishing pier as well as the boat docks for you to just pull your boat up. And then you're also going to have Akashi, which is sushi. You've got crust pizza over here as well, and Monty's Lighthouse. And just to give you kind of a feel for what that looks like, this is the cove that I'm talking about with those restaurants. And so that'll just give you a little teaser of what it would be like to maybe live on the lake. And then obviously if you're actually looking for lakefront properties, once again, we'll set you up on that search and then let you go explore the different lakefront neighborhoods, because they're all very different. One of the things that I love about Conroe is it's got a lot of different housing opportunities. And so some people that are looking to move to Conroe, they're attracted by the affordability, others are attracted by the space, others are attracted to the trees, and Conroe has all of those. And so depending on what it is you're looking for in a home, we're going to be able to guide you to the right areas. And so if you're looking for a master planned community here in Conroe, Texas, there's really only a handful of options. I would say the best option is going to be where I live. That's going to be Grand Central Park. The reason that I say it's the best option is for a lot of reasons. It's got everything. It's got your parks, your pools, your playgrounds. It's located right along the freeway. And really, it's got the best commercial shopping in all of Conroe. You've got a really cool shopping center right here up at the front of the neighborhood. And so no matter where you live in Conroe, there's a really good chance that you're actually going to be shopping here regardless. You've got your Kroger Marketplace, your Dick's Sporting Goods, and then all of your restaurants. You've got Mod Pizza, McAllister's, you name it, and they only just got started. They're continuously developing this whole area. They've got the Sam Houston Medical School right up here next to our office. And so you're definitely going to want to drive around and check this place out. And another really cool thing you'll want to do is if you're in the area and you want to do something fun one evening, you got to go check out Perfect Round. It's right below our office, and it is a golf simulator bar. So if you like golfing, it's a great place to hang out, play golf, even if the weather's bad. And so fun thing to do with the family while you're here. And then I would also recommend going around the loop. Drive the loop while you're here. You'll get a really good feel for the difference between the west side of town and the east side of town. They are different. And then you'll also start to see a lot of the new construction neighborhoods that have popped up along the loop. This is where you're starting to see a whole lot of the development. And so it's just helpful for you to see the difference between the different parts of Conroe. And the best way to do that is quite literally to drive in a circle. You're also, if you're looking at master planned communities here in Conroe, I would definitely recommend checking out Wood Forest as well. It's a little further off the beaten path. It's not necessarily in what I would call Conroe proper, but it is zoned to Conroe ISD, and it's going to be located right over here. I don't know why it's not pulling up, but I'll pull up the Wood Forest Golf Club. So Wood Forest is going to be this big old neighborhood back over here. It's massive. There's over 11,000 residents. They've got a private golf course over here as well. This is tucked away. So some people prefer being right here on the freeway like myself. Other people like to be kind of off the beaten path. They also still have a ton of really good commercial development right up here at the front. Another great place to get a new construction home. And then while you're here, technically this neighborhood's up in Willis, but I would check out the Woodlands Hills. We've got a couple of vlogs on the Woodlands Hills, but the Woodlands Hills is a great neighborhood located right up here. It was developed by the same developer that developed the Woodlands, Texas. That's going to be Howard Hughes. So it would be worth a quick trip up there to see if it's the right fit for you and the family. And then while you're here, why not go ahead and just drive 105, drive out to the lake like we mentioned, and then maybe drive out to downtown Montgomery just for the day. Even if you're not looking to move all the way out to Montgomery, it's still good to know if you're going to be making a purchasing decision here in the Conroe area, what you've got as your neighbors. And so you've got the Woodlands, we've already checked that out. Now go check out downtown Montgomery. They've got a lot of really cool stuff going on in Montgomery. It's a cute, historic town. They've got antique stores. They've got a lot of buildings from the 1800s that they've restored, some really cool homes. And then they're also gonna have fun things like downtown urban wineries. In fact, my wife and I went on a wine tour, ghost tour through downtown Montgomery. That was a really unique experience. And so there's just a lot of really cute things to do out this direction. And so I would also say when you're driving around the loop, around Loop 336, a couple things to note while you're here. If flying is important to you and you have your own aircraft or you want to take flying lessons, then you might want to go check out Conroe Airport. It is located right over here on the East Loop, and it's a pretty cool area. It's a really nice airport, and right inside of the FBO over here, you're actually gonna have a cool restaurant that you can go check out. So you're gonna be able to go check out Black Walnut Cafe. Let me pull that one up. Here you go. So it's located in the FBO, and you'll be able to let the kids watch the airplanes take off. They've got great food, and that'll just show you where the airport is and also give you something fun to do to break up your trip while you're here. And then while you're out near the airport, it might be worth just driving through and driving by the Montgomery County Fairgrounds. This is where they're gonna have the rodeo every year. And they're also gonna have different events like car shows throughout the year as well. And they're gonna have the Conroe Convention Center. So there's gonna be exhibits that come through Conroe throughout the year. So it's good to know where this is located at. There was just a big dinosaur exhibit here for the family. And then if you're looking to move your business to Conroe, it might also be worth checking out the Dyson Industrial Complex. It's right out this way as well. Let me see if it pulls up on Google Maps. Dyson Technology Park. So it's located right out here. There's still a lot of land available, but you're starting to see a lot of companies move their manufacturing right here to Conroe. You've got the airport right next door. You've got great tax incentives for relocating your business here to Conroe. And so if that interests you, you might want to take a quick trip and buzz on up there and check that out. I think that's a really good overview of Conroe. Now, beyond this, once again, if you're planning a trip here, the best thing you can do is call us. Let's have a conversation. Let's put you with one of our amazing agents, and let's really figure out why you're wanting to move, what your needs are, and then let us ask you the right questions. Let us lead you and guide you really to see if Conroe is the best fit for you and your family. We will love to show you the best neighborhoods for you depending on your budget and what you're looking for, whether or not you want a master plan community or you want acreage. Whatever it is, we've got you covered if you're looking to move here to Conroe. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And if you have any other video recommendations for us, we would also love to hear those as well. We want to keep you up to date on everything going on right here in Houston, Texas. Thanks so much for watching, and go check out some of our other videos.